John Dodson versus Jeremie Grant.
Look here, not much of a difference, a little height advantage, not much of a reach advantage. The main thing to me is a ½ pound of missing weight by Jeremie Grant. First time making that. That means it was a very difficult cut for him, so might mean if the fight goes on in later rounds, he does tire out. Let's see how that plays out, Sean.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for our feature fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Presented to you by Crescent Tools. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 126 1/2 pounds. He holds a BKFC record of 5 victories opposite a single defeat. Here is the former interim BKFC World Bantamweight Champion, fighting out of Broward County, Florida, Jared Kid Gotti Grant. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears purple trimmed in green. He stands 5 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, an even 125 pounds. He holds an undefeated BKFC record at 1-0. Fighting out of the 505 Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here is the undefeated John the Magician Dodson. And our referee in charge of the action, Kerry Hatley.
Jeremie Grant, the former BKFC interim 135-pound champion, now dropping to 125 pounds. BKFC is not yet awarded a titleist in this weight class. One would think, Chris, the winner of this bout is the clear front runner to be that first 125-pound champion for BKFC. Round number 1. Purple trunks for John Dodson, black trunks for Jeremie Grant. There's the hand speed, the inside pressure of John Dodson, and right back out.
That explosive movement right there, he just put it on the stand. If nothing else, he's trying to get in Jeremie Grant's head right there. No, this is coming the entire time.
See Dodson from the southpaw stance, catching that lead jab from the ortho stance of Jeremie Grant. It's on the inside, Dodson looking to explode in, back out, now exploding in. Good recognition from Grant. Hard on the jab. Again on the jab, that was caught by Dodson.
And Grant talked about backing his opponent up. He's got to continue to throw punches, be more offensive right now. He cannot wait for Dodson to get offensive.
Clean break. Kerry Hatley didn't even have to call for a break again. No animosity, nothing but respect for these two fighters. Throwing back and forth. And the duck under. With that respect, Chris, comes mutual awareness of each other's skills, strengths, and weaknesses. There's the good left hand.
And that's what's happening. Kid Gotti's just letting his opponent get off first. So maybe just trying to make the fight go a little bit longer than the later rounds.
To the inside left hand, and down goes Jeremie Grant.
That's that speed and power right there.
7. The mandatory 8 from Kerry Hatley to Jeremie Grant.
9. You good?
Oh.
Grant drops after beating the count. This fight is over. The win for John Dodson.
And that was strange. I'm not sure what happened right there. He got up, looked like he was fine. He had to take another knee. And that's that explosive power. You can see right here. Look what John Dodson does right here. Stand on his opponent the entire time, waiting for the punch. And it was just that one little shot right there. Like I said, if you don't see the punch coming, that's the one that hurts. Grant was blocking, but his head was down. His eyes didn't see the punch coming, I don't think, and that's why it did the damage. That was it right there. Wasn't that hard of a punch? It's not power sometimes, it's placement, and that was placed perfectly. Here it is, Sean, right in there. You just didn't see the punch coming.
And as you saw, the count coming from Kerry Hatley. Grant beat the 10 count, but then took the knee. He felt he simply could not continue. That great recognition from Kerry Hatley. He is a phenomenal bare knuckle and MMA referee. Immediate awareness. The a win for John Dodson. Now 2-0 in BKFC. He believes clearly in making a statement that he will ultimately rule this bare knuckle fighting championship flyweight division.
I mean, I'm not sure how we can argue in any way from that performance right there, from his 2 performances.
Chris, we talked about the mutual respect. We talked about the assessment of each other, looking at strengths and weaknesses. Grant said that when Dodson loses in MMA, he's always moving backwards. Grant said, I have to make Dodson move backwards. Dodson said, I believe that Grant struggles when he's put under pressure. Ultimately, Grant could not get Dodson to move backwards. Dodson put Grant under a tremendous amount of pressure. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Kerry Hatley, steps in and calls a stop to the fight at 1 minute 41 seconds into round number 1. For your winner, by KO and still undefeated, John the Magician Dodson.
And Sean, they talked about what a step up in competition this fight was going to be, and it was, and somebody passed with flying colors, and that was John Dodson.
John Dodson, an A-lister in the UFC, an A-lister in BKFC. Here's Cyrus.
Hey, I'm standing by here with the magician, John Dodson. Well, you did it again. Not only did you get the win, brother got the win as well. 2 times in a row here at BKFC. You got to be feeling good about that.
Of course. Hey, Buddha Gang, what's up? Y'all already know how the Dodsons do. We coming in like a dynamic duo. We're crushing everybody. They're looking at the Bash Bros that's sitting there saying the flyweight and featherweight champion. Let's go. Me and my brother go ahead and take out everybody same night, anytime, any place. Let's go. Yo, Reggie, I know you already got to fight, but you know what my name is, and I am the flyweight champion already. So let's go. Let's get it. You want to knuckle up? Knuckle up with me. I'm the toughest motherfucker in this place. Let's go.
I'm just going to ask you one more question. Albuquerque showed up in a very big way tonight for bare knuckle fighting. Talk about it.
Hey, Buka, y'all already know. This is the home of fighting. If you all don't love fighting, then you guys are in the wrong place. This is where we are, the Mecca. Doesn't matter if it's bare knuckle, MMA, kickboxing, whatever. We want to fight, we got it. This little paper behind us will support us through every title we get. So please, cheer us on till we get more titles for you guys.
Albuquerque, one more time for John Dodson.
John Dodson showing the movement, showing the hand speed, showing the power, and ultimately showing the class against a phenomenally accomplished and talented fighter in Jeremie Grant. The inside pressure, the left hands, and the celebration. In our feature fight of the evening, victorious by way of first round knockout, John Dodson defeats Jeremie Grant.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 48, live Friday, August 11th. In the main event, the undefeated knockout artist, John the Magician Dodson, throws down with a warrior on the winning track, JR the Lion Ridge. Also witness a bare knuckle grudge match when popular social media influencer turned fighter, Bryce Hall, knuckles up with the undefeated cutman, G. Perez. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
In the flyweight division, JR Ridge versus Chauncy Wilson.
You can see here a 2-inch height advantage for JR Ridge, 1-inch reach advantage for Chauncy Wilson. Not that big of a difference for any of that, so it's going to be able to get out there and dictate the pace when the wants to use the outside of that foot. That's what it is when you have a southpaw versus right-handed fighter. Get on the outside, throw that straight down the pipe. Said he wants to download a lot of information in the first round, see exactly how Chauncy's going to fight it, and then adapt out there after that.
Ridge said, Chauncy Wilson is very quick. I feel that I'm very quick. I believe that ultimately this fight will come down to who has the better timing.
That was it right there. His key is timing. It's not about being faster and quicker. It's about timing, making sure when they move, you know exactly what they're going to move to and beat them with the punch.
To get us started, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Presented to you by Knockout Gummies. Introducing to you first. Fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears red and black. He stands 5 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 125.7 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 2 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Wichita, Kansas. Here is Chauncy Superfly Wilson. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 124.6 pounds. He holds an identical bare knuckle record of 2 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Clearwater, Florida, by way of Angeles, the Philippines. Here is JR, the Lion Ridge. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
First fight of the night for the outstanding referee, Chris Young. Star referee in boxing, a star referee in bare knuckle. 2 emerging stars in 125 pounds in BKFC. JR Ridge, Chauncy Wilson, round number 1. Black and gold trunks for Ridge. Black and red trunks for Wilson. Counter on the left hook. There's fast swings from both. Rear left hand out from the southpaw stance for Wilson into the clinch. On the underhooks, there's the separation from Chris Young. 35ers are fast, 25ers always look that much faster, Chris.
You're not kidding. These guys are throwing lightning shot.
True in bare knuckle as it's true in MMA. Feint from JR Ridge.
I feel like that early flow right there got JR Ridge excited a little bit. He's coming forward a little bit faster than I thought he would.
Ridge missing with the right hand. Good pull from Wilson. Wilson staying on the outside. Misses counter. Ridge landing that left hook. Missed with the right to follow. 60 seconds remaining, round number 1. Both fighters proving to be fairly elusive here. Early stages of this flyweight fight. Into the clinch. Overhand right lands. Counter right hand. Big left hook there from Ridge. Entry on the left hand from Wilson.
Every punch that's thrown, even when it lands, the other person counters so fast it doesn't look like it hurts, but it's not hurt. They're landing good clean shots in there.
Snap jab from the southpaw stance for Chauncy Wilson. Jab to the body. Counter right hand by Ridge. That was partially blocked by Wilson. Right swings now to the body. Hard to the sternum. Covering up is Wilson. Unloading is JR Ridge. Thudding shots. Wilson circles out. Ridge surprisingly let him walk through the open door, Chris. Ridge through. Wilson didn't go down. Wilson circled out. And Ridge allowed him to do so.
Very difficult to see how much those punches were landed, how much were blocked.
That is the end of round 1.
Man, these guys are fast. They are fairly accurate too, Sean. So they're doing a good job of not letting one person just throw a lot of combinations there. Wilson did for a minute there to set his opponent tee off, but a lot of those were being blocked.
You see the thudding body shots, and the Ridge pauses. You'll see Wilson just simply exit.
He is hurt from the outside, so I want that uppercut, that rear uppercut.
Pretty good right there for Ridge to just continue to circle to his left, stay in front, mirror the hips right there of Wilson, make him fight his way out there. But Wilson just got to walk away.
Overhand ain't there, throw that straight two, throw an uppercut instead of the straight two, all right? His head's there, all right?
That's the bare knuckle equivalent of jiu-jitsu going out through the back door.
Very good first round right here. We're going to see how both guys is adapt and adjust right now.
Confirmation, round number 2 is upon us. Both fighters up to scratch. Head movement of Chauncy Wilson. Jab from the southpaw stance. You see Ridge in the ortho stance. Again into the clinch. Overhand right from J.R. Ridge. Into the gable grip. Smart by Wilson. Does so to get the break. It's part of the evolution we're seeing in the modern reset of bare knuckle, Chris. Fighters going to the S-grip or the gable grip when they want to get out of the clinch.
That's a sure sign right there. If you want the referee to break it up, he just go grab those gable grips. He's going to oblige.
Ridge coming forward, hard front shoulder. Overhand right. Wilson circling out, pulling this fight back to the center circle. They with the right jab. Jab again on the feint and the throw from Wilson. Wilson looking to parry, resetting. Bit of playfulness now from Chauncy Wilson. Sticking out his chin, lowering his hands. Quick 1-2. Ridge back to the inside. 50 seconds remaining, round 2.
Chauncy keeps having trouble when it goes at 2. It's going over the head right now, Bridge. If you can turn that under, maybe throw an uppercut. I think he had a lot of luck if he throws that 1 and then that uppercut right there.
Wilson circling on the outside.
There it was.
This with that shovel uppercut, and he definitely took J.R. Ridge off his striking line. Ridge looking to hook to the body. Both fighters resetting center circle. Both you can see absolutely respecting each other's speed and precision. Final seconds, round number 2. Very even, very competitive. J.R. Ridge versus Chauncy Wilson. Next up, round 3.
Sean, it'd be nice to see how they're scoring this right here, because is it going to be the forward pressure right now of Ridge, or is it going to be the elusiveness of Chauncy Wilson? So difficult to find out exactly how this fight's going right now. I'd like to know.
They want a little bit more about
Sometimes you have a fight where both guys think they're winning, so they keep doing the exact same thing, but that's not the case. You don't know how these judges are looking at the fight.
Deep breath, deep breath.
Chris, it sounds like you're advocating for real-time scoring here in the state of Florida.
I never thought about that, but I guess, you know, it makes a lot of sense. I know me as a fighter, I'd like to know if what I'm doing is working.
You can't yell it because you don't fear it. Yeah. Just set it up, bro. Keep jabbing. You threw the 2. You missed again. Throw the fucking uppercut behind the jab. You're right. Slow your heart down. Slow down your legs. Relax.
I don't know if you can hear the corner right there talking about exactly what I was talking about. That uppercut's there. You continue to throw that straight left. It's going to go over J.R. Ridge's head almost every time. You got to turn that under. That uppercut will hurt him.
The first-class trainer in both boxing and bare knuckle, Ryan Perez in the corner of Chauncy Wilson. Round number 3. Short left hand lands from Ridge. Jab right back from Wilson. Entry on the right hand. Right hand on the exit from Wilson. Wilson on the jab from the southpaw stance. Wilson again dropping his hand, sticking out his chin, trying to bait in J.R. Ridge. Ridge staying to the outside. Naked left hand. Wilson now talking to Ridge.
Wilson got some confidence right there. He landed a good punch. He continued to talk to his opponent.
Into the clinch. And you see the baseball grip that time by Wilson. Again, he has 9 fights MMA experience. He understands the grips. The grips are getting him out of those clinches, which he clearly does not want to be. 1-2 from Ridge. 65 seconds remaining, round number 3 of this flyweight fight. Wilson actually putting his hands together. It's a diversionary tactic against J.R. Ridge. Now smiling at Ridge. Switch of stances. Right to the sternum from Ridge. Wilson coming forward with the 1-2. Ridge nearly countering with the naked right. Jab from J.R. Ridge. Now Wilson coming forward. Quick separation from Chris Young. Right back to it with 30 seconds remaining, round 3. Double jab not there for Wilson. Definitely moved back J.R. Ridge. Ridge trying to keep his composure.
sense on both guys. When one guy lands a good punch, the other guy fires back immediately. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in a fight. See, just like that, both guys landing clean shots right there. Both guys landing powerful shots. Like that was like more of a finger to the eye or something. Didn't look like a clean shot there.
I want to see that 3 again, okay? All right, keep cutting the angle. This time let's put more pressure on him, okay? He doesn't like it when you put the pressure on him, okay? Take us out, take us out.
Including our prelims, this is bout number 6 tonight, and this is the first time that we have reached round number 4. First up to scratch, Chauncy Wilson. Joined on the scratch line by J.R. Ridge. To round number 4 we go. Immediate forward pressure from Wilson. Ridge pulling back to the right hand. Quick 1-2 from Wilson. Ridge staying on the outside. To left hook from J.R. Ridge. Wilson with the long right jab.
You can just tell right now, J.R. Ridge is still bothered. His left eye still giving him problems.
Open hands now for Ridge, looking to parry. Wilson turning up the volume here in round number 4.
Still hasn't been able to land that left uppercut.
There's the counter jab from Ridge. Diversionary again, you see Wilson pointing, trying to get Ridge to look away. That rarely works.
He's also just trying to show the crowd, the judges, that he's pointing around. He's kind of dictating the pace of winning the way this fight happens.
Wilson again coming forward. Vacant left hand from the southpaw stance. Overhand right misses from Wilson. Ridge, you see the open hand parry. Southpaw versus ortho into the clinch. Modified Superman punch there from Chauncy Wilson with the left hand. Didn't bring up the knee, but he elevated right to the body from Ridge. 30 seconds remaining. Back and forth we go. Again, the diversionary, the pointing. Chris Young telling Chauncy Wilson, don't extend the finger. That was the middle finger extended.
Yeah, he told him not to do that one either.
The postman's blow of the blood by J.R. Ridge, but it wasn't at Chauncy Wilson.
3 seconds.
Final seconds, round number 4. Extremely even fight. J.R. Ridge versus Chauncy Wilson. 2 of the best of BKFC in the flyweight division, and we move to the 5th and final round. Jam-packed tonight here at this stunning Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida. Our second time at this great resort, Central Florida, for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
And Sean, if I'm in the corner of either one of these fighters, I'm going to tell them you have to win this round. I don't know what the score is. It could be anyone's guess right now, but I think it's probably pretty close.
Want some water, JR?
Last year, Florida experimented with real-time open scoring in MMA with Combate Global. They decided not to pursue it, not to enact it.
Dig deep on this round.
Much to your dismay, Chris.
I'm going to have a talk with these guys.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship fans, are you ready for the 5th and final round?
Brian Sauceda breaks up fights in the ring, and now lets our crowd know that we are set for the 5th and final round, and round 5 underway. Counter right hand lands from J.R. Ridge.
Just look at both these guys. Still, ooh, a lot of pep still in their step right now.
Wilson coming forward with the left hook. Blood flowing freely out of J.R. Ridge's right nostril. Pawing at the nose now is Ridge. All forward pressure from Chauncy Wilson.
Chauncy's really throwing those uppercuts now.
To your point earlier, Chris, both fighters have to approach this 5th and final round like it's 2 rounds apiece.
You can tell right now Wilson's definitely do that. Or maybe like he's down more than he looks like he's going for the knockout right now.
With no stretch of the imagination, this very well could be 2 rounds apiece from the 3 Florida judges. Briefest of moments, Wilson is in the orthodox stance. Southpaw, back to orthodox, back to southpaw. Really an open-chested stance now from Wilson.
Putting his hands down, just trying to draw his opponent in so he can counter those wicked uppercuts and wild punches.
55 seconds remaining in this fight. Now forward pressure from J.R. Ridge. Ridge on the overhand right. Duck under from Chauncy Wilson. Wilson back to the jab. That was slick from Wilson. Looked to be in a spot of danger. Showing the skill. Showing the duck under, the dexterity. Extricating himself from a bad situation and now takes a big overhand right. Ridge coming forward. Another right hand. Best offensive sequence of the fight for J.R. Ridge. To the body goes Ridge. Wilson circles out.
And Wilson's picking a terrible time to take a break right now. Oh, he's tired. Is it hurt? Is the body hurt? What's going on?
Final seconds. Chauncy Wilson is almost done fighting. Chris Show taking a really close look. Final seconds of this fight. Blood from J.R. Ridge. They fight to the bell, and after the bell, Chauncy Wilson drops to a knee.
And Shah, I don't know what happened right there. With about 30 seconds to go, I felt like Wilson was winning that round. All of a sudden, he stopped throwing punches, started walking away. Looked like he was going to take it, he never did. But wow, that totally changed the fight. I definitely feel like Ridge won that round. Probably won the fight with that.
Chauncy Wilson is the type of fighter who employs histrionics, so you're never sure if he's playing or if he's actually hurt. But clearly, at the end of this fight, he was definitely hurt.
Didn't see exactly what hurt him right there, but he was taking a beating in there towards the end. I mean, and Feldman's excited about the end of this fight. You can see him right there.
And at the end of this fight, confirmation that Wilson was hurt as he drops on his left knee.
And they always tell you at the end of the fight, both guys got to put their hands up, pretend they won. If you can't influence the judges, what does that do when you take a knee? Because like I said, I felt like the first 90 seconds of this fight, this round, that was Wilson's, but the last 30, not at all. Right here you can see Wilson definitely lands more punches, has a little bit better percentage, but it's a very close fight. You can see very close on all aspects of this fight. Wilson still landing a bit from all aspects of this fight. Distance, in close, everything right there. But it doesn't matter punch totals sometimes, Sean. It's who lands the harder punches, who controls the ring, who controls the pace of the fight. That's what judges look at.
We thought this would be a really fun fight. This was a really fun fight. No animosity at all. J.R. Ridge, Chauncy Wilson.
Wouldn't be surprised for a split decision here.
There was definitely some talking, but that was just in the ring, and you see all sportsmanship, all friendship now. To end all suspense, we send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Alexander Levin scores the fight 48-47. Frederick Flutie, 50-47. And Daniel Torres, 50-45. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. J.R. the Lion Ridge!
Big win right there for J.R. Riggs. Had to deal with adversity, was having a problem, couldn't see out of his left eye for a while, still came through, did fantastic, did enough to win the fight.
Chris, you know math is my thing, so help me understand 50-47.
Sean, I'll never understand that. But no idea.
That belt. I deserve that belt.
So 3 rounds to 2, 5 rounds to 0, and I'm not quite sure 50-47, all in favor of J.R. Ridge, but that's extremely hard fought and well fought from Chauncy Wilson. And the best moments of the fight for Ridge offensively coming in the final 20 seconds. The winner by way of unanimous decision, J.R. Ridge defeats Chauncy Wilson.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 48, live Friday, August 11th. In the main event, the undefeated knockout artist, John the Magician Dodson, throws down with a warrior on the winning track, JR the Lion Ridge. Also witness a bare knuckle grudge match when popular social media influencer turned fighter, Bryce Hall, knuckles up with the undefeated cutman, G. Perez. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
G. Perez versus Ryan Carroll.
And Sean, even though both guys are the same height, G. Perez does have a 4-inch reach advantage, and he likes to utilize it. He understands it. A lot of jabs, a lot of 1-2s. Ryan Carroll's got to figure a way to get inside if he wants to land punches against a taller, longer G. Perez.
Ryan Carroll set for his second fight in BKFC. He's a veteran of 6 pro MMA bouts. 5 bouts in pro boxing, 1 bout in pro kickboxing. Carroll holds the rank of black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. With that high-level grappling pedigree, Carroll told us in our fighter meeting that he wants to work into the clinch. He feels that he can dominate there. Carroll, who's naturally right-handed, said, I feel like I'm truly ambidextrous as a fighter. I'm going to continually switch stances.
When he does get on the inside, Sean, he's got to focus on throwing power punches, uppercut, hooks. Target that body, slow your opponent down, make it easier to land punches when you are on the outside.
Ryan Carroll said of his opponent, G. Perez, he's a really smart fighter. I think he's going to want to intelligently counter-strike, throw clean 1-2s. I have to use smart aggression, uppercuts, and hooks when I'm on the inside. Guillermo G. Perez, born in Cuba, based here in Florida. He's one of our regular cutmen in BKFC, and he enters 2-0 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Perez also 1-0 in pro boxing. He is a veteran of 35 amateur boxing bouts. At our fighter meeting, Perez said, working every BKFC event as a cutman when I'm not fighting has really given me insight into this sport. I understand how important accuracy is, and I understand how important it is to be first and last in every exchange in the sport of bare knuckle fighting.
And he wants to utilize feints right now, utilize that double jab, establish that range, keep it exactly where he wants to fight. Stay on the outside, look at these small openings with that accuracy you talked about.
G. Perez said of Ryan Carroll, his opponent in his bantamweight bout, I think that Carroll's going to try to engage me and throw big shots from a stationary position. I have to use pivots. I don't want to get stuck in his clinch. I want to establish myself in the mid-range.
Absolutely. That's surprising. You think he'd want to stay long, but no, he feels supremely confident with his hand speed, his accuracy, getting that mid-range and force this fight to happen.
Once again, Jeff Justyn.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the bantamweight division, presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and red. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 135 pounds even. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle for the second time. Fighting out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, here is Ronan Ryan Carroll. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears white. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, an even 131 pounds. He is undefeated in the squared circle at 2-0. Fighting out of Sao La Grande, Cuba, by way of Pahokee, Florida. Here is Guillermo, the Cutman Perez. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
G. Perez told us, I fully expect Ryan Carroll to continually look for the clinch. If I'm stuck in the clinch, I want to throw high volume and then mixing smartly and quickly. Round number 1. White trunks for G. Perez on a fast start. And black trunks for Ryan Carroll, who is down and right back up now, taking the mandatory 8 count from Chris Young.
G. Perez has jumped on him right away.
Hey, walk to me, baby. All right, look.
Fighters trying to touch fist. Now driving pressure from Carroll. Carroll, big right hand and another right hand. Covering up his right, Carroll down up. Chris Young almost took that right hand. Ruled as a slip. We fight on.
Carroll's got to work to get on the inside. He's got to slow his opponent down. Tie him up for a minute.
30 seconds remaining, round number 1 into the clinch. Now this is where Ryan Carroll wants to be.
He's got to throw punches on the end there. He can't just tie up. He's got to work to let the opponent, let the referee let this fight go a little bit longer. You can't just sit there and get clinched.
And chancery position from G. Perez, defensively smart, getting the separation. He's in the center circle. See the movements from Carroll again, looking to explode to the inside. Half-time pump snatched by G. Perez. The stiff jab now from Perez. Counter left hand knockdown number 2.
And there's that accuracy we talked about. Perez just waits for openings, and he found one right there.
5, 6, 7.
The count of 8, 9. Chris Young will allow this fight to continue.
All right. Look.
Carroll does not look steady right now. He's got to do something here. He better jump on his opponent right now.
More
Grab
big
him.
shots from Perez. He can see the finish line, trying to reach it here in round number 1. Relentless with the right hand, right to the body. Knockdown number 3.
You can just see the look right now on Carroll's face. He does not want to continue.
7, 8, 9, 10. That's it.
The count of 10. G. Perez just keeps on rolling.
And it's that accuracy, Sean. He's just waiting for the right time. Little punches people cannot understand. You cannot block the same way you do in boxing. If you try and block like that, these little punches with no gloves are going to get through and do damage.
That is Bryce Hall. He is a social media star and influencer. He has talked about fighting G. Perez in BKFC. They had what we would deem a minor altercation at the weigh-ins yesterday. A light slap by G. Perez to the face of Bryce Hall, and you see G. Perez on the victory going immediately to Bryce Hall, sitting front row ringside.
And here's that second knockdown right here. Just look at that, just being calm and relaxed and waiting for the opening. There it was. Carroll came forward with that hook, didn't see the punch coming. That's all it took. If you don't see these punches coming, very difficult. And here's the final job at the end, just a little uppercut. Like I said, the punch you don't see is the one that hurts. The thing that worried me about this was G. Perez might be too focused on Bryce Hall. Wasn't the case. He was laser focused here right now. Ready to come in, did his job, did a great job, and landed those hard shots.
G. Perez said in our fighter meeting, I have nothing but respect for Ryan Carroll. I am absolutely not looking past him, but I also want to send a message to Bryce Hall, who has called me out to fight in BKFC.
And Bryce Hall's a lot bigger. Perez doesn't care. He says he'll get up on the way. He'll do whatever it takes to go out there. He doesn't feel like Bryce Hall's on his level. And he showed a pretty tough character he's going to have to deal with is Bryce Hall tonight. G. Perez is tough.
With the number 52, sitting next to the head of Triller Ryan Cavanaugh, that is Bryce Hall. Potentially turning his back to G. Perez, now looking into the ring. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Chris Young, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 52 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO and still undefeated, Guillermo, the Cutman Perez.
And Sean, with range like that, reach, and accurate hands, G. Perez is a true force. He's going to be hard to deal with.
Well, we already knew that he was one of the best cutmen in the world of combat sports. G. Perez trying to show that he is one of the best 35ers in the world of bare knuckle fighting. 3 knockdowns versus the tough and talented Ryan Carroll to the finish. Victorious by way of first round KO, G. Perez defeats Ryan Carroll.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 48, live Friday, August 11th. In the main event, the undefeated knockout artist, John the Magician Dodson, throws down with a warrior on the winning track, JR the Lion Ridge. Also witness a bare knuckle grudge match when popular social media influencer turned fighter, Bryce Hall, knuckles up with the undefeated cutman, G. Perez. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Oh, I'm gonna be a dog in the ring. I'm going right in and I'm gonna muscle him.
One punch will slice you open. One punch will break all your mouth.
It's not gonna be a technical boxing match, it's gonna be a dog fight.
You're gonna bleed for 5 rounds, and I promise you, you're gonna regret signing that contract. My name is Guillermo the Cutman Perez. I was born in Sagua La Grande, Cuba. I was raised in Pahokee, Florida, and I train at Community Box Fit. I came from Cuba in 1995 with my parents. My dad built a raft inside literally his home. And when the day came, he told me that we're going on a boat ride. Next thing you know it, we're in the ocean, floating, no gas, no food, no water, for like about a week and 3-4 days. The Coast Guard came and they got us. They took us to Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay is a base in Cuba that belongs to the U.S. But once we hit the U.S. territory, like we're basically Americans already. I've worked so hard to get where I'm at. I started boxing at a young age. I wanted that to be my dream because I fell in love with it as soon as I put the boxing gloves on. And boxing has been a big part of my life. I've seen champions come in. I've seen amateurs come in and become pro, and I used to work all their corners. In the amateurs, I was really fast. When I first put those gloves in my hands and I learned how to defend myself, it gave me some kind of relief. Like nobody can mess with me. Now I know how to fight. Got 35 amateur fights. I did Silver Glove Champions. I won that. I did Golden Glove Champions. I won that. I won Silver Glove Champions twice. If I've been in the game this long and I'm still in the game, that means something. This is my destiny. This is what I was, raised. I was raised to do this. I was raised to not fight for me, but fight for the people that can't fight for them. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, boxing is a big part of my life.
Lorenzo Hunt is probably one of the scariest men I've ever encountered. I don't usually get scared of people, but just the presence of that guy and how big he is, you don't really take into account how big the dude is until he just walks through your front door and says, "Hey, you ready to get punched in the face?" He's very intimidating, but he's making me work hard. He's teaching me things that I probably wouldn't have learned from a traditional boxing coach. The bare knuckle secrets and inevitably how to be a fucking dog. Oh, I'm gonna be a dog in the ring. He's not gonna. It's not gonna be like a technical boxing match. I'm going right in and I'm gonna muscle him. I'm the bigger guy and I'm learning how to do that with Lorenzo Hunt. It's not gonna be a technical boxing match. It's gonna be a dog fight.
Go that way.
Why did I slap Bryce Hall before my last fight? Well, I've kind of felt disrespected. Like I said, it takes years, time, dedication, money to get where you're at today. I'm reading comments that he's saying he wants to go to bare knuckle and he wants to try this. It's like, bro, this is not a game. You getting punched in the face, one punch will slice you open. One punch will break all your mouth. You have no teeth. One punch can break your eye socket you won't be able to see in your life ever again. So for him to say, I want to try this, that's disrespecting me as a fighter, and that's disrespecting the company, you know what I'm saying? And not just that, not just me, other fighters, the real OGs of bare knuckle.
I wasn't surprised that G came up to me at all. I was more surprised about his size. He's a very small guy, and I was getting a lot of small man's syndrome from him. Lots of anger. There's no bad blood on my side, but I can see why he'd be a little angry at the bigger dude.
Am I concerned about the weight difference? In a way I am, because I know it's a powerful punch. I know he's gonna weigh in at 165. I know he's gonna come in at 180, 190, you know? So it is a risky decision, but hey, this is bare knuckle. One punch can make a difference towards him, one punch can make a difference towards me. So whoever really wants it and really wants that win is gonna win that night. It's already written. I'm beating the shit out of this guy.
I think everybody wants to see a celebrity get punched in their face, whether you love them or hate them. I'm not saying to take me seriously as a fighter, but it's bare knuckle. Why the fuck would you not watch that? I'm gonna be punching someone in the face, bare knuckle, and I'm getting punched in the face, bare knuckle. It's the most entertaining thing that you could possibly do as a human.
I'm gonna break you down for 5 rounds. I'm gonna cut you up for 5 rounds. You're gonna bleed for 5 rounds. And I promise you, you're gonna regret signing that contract.
G, you keep saying you're gonna fuck my pretty face up. I don't know whether you're flirting with me or you wanna fight me, but I'm not gonna let you do that. You're not gonna fuck me. This TikToker's gonna do a TikTok dance on your lifeless corpse, August 11th.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 48, live Friday, August 11th. In the main event, the undefeated knockout artist, John the Magician Dodson, throws down with a warrior on the winning track, JR the Lion Ridge. Also witness a bare knuckle grudge match when popular social media influencer turned fighter, Bryce Hall, knuckles up with the undefeated cutman, G. Perez. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
On August 11th, BKFC once again brings the action to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
From the sold-out Tingley Coliseum, it's time to knuckle!
John Dodson and JR Ridge will clash to decide who makes history as the first ever flyweight champion.
Dodson to the inside left hand, and down goes Darrick.
Former UFC title challenger and undefeated BKFC standout, John Dodson takes aim at another world title.
You want to break knuckle up? Knuckle up with me! I'm the toughest motherfucker in this place. Let's go!
#1 contender J.R. Ridge is determined to forever cement himself in flyweight history.
You know, we're two competitors at the top of our game, and we're here to showcase our skill for one thing, and that's for the flyweight title.
On August 11th, John Dodson and J.R. Ridge battle to see who will be named the inaugural flyweight champion of the world. This is BKFC Spotlight. Dodson versus Ridge. In Albuquerque, there's a buzz in the air. On August 11th, Duke City may be home to another prize-fighting champion.
My name is John the Magician Dodson. I'm fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico with Nobody's Villains Fight Team. I'm here to show everybody in the world that I'm the world's greatest striker. Doesn't matter what kind of striking discipline it is, whether it be bare knuckle, regular boxing, mixed martial arts. I want to be known as the world's most dangerous striker. And what better way to do it without no gloves and just my fists? I don't know if J.R. Ridge is prepared for my power and speed and seeing how well if he can go ahead and handle it. I'm just willing to see how many times he's going to stand up and how many times I can knock him down in that first round.
Dodson to the inside left hand, and down goes Darrick Grant.
That's that speed and power right there.
6, 7. The mandatory 8 from Kerry Hadley to Jeremie Grant. Grant drops after beating the count.
If you all don't love fighting, then you guys are in the wrong place. This is where we are, the Mecca. Doesn't matter if it's bare knuckle, MMA, kickboxing, whatever. We want to fight. We got it. This little paper behind us will support us through every title we get. So please, cheer us on till we get more titles for you guys.
Along the white sand shores of Tampa, where locals flock to escape the July sun, J.R. Ridge is immersed in preparation for the biggest opportunity of his life.
Winning the title would mean the world. You know, coming into any combat sport, any athlete wants to be the best. They want to be the champ. You know, the fact that I'm in the fastest growing sport as we speak, BKFC is the biggest platform. I'm at the top of my game in it, and for me to win the very first flyweight championship staples my name into bare knuckle boxing. You know, and that is huge, especially on the incline the sport is going.
Get it. Yes. Get it.
You know, I respect John. I respect any athlete in the sport. You know, John is a great man. He's a great family guy, and I respect that in him. And I'm the same way. You know, you can talk to anybody that's close to me. Like, I'm a happy guy. Like, I'm caring. I'm giving. You know, I like to give back. And John's the same way. As far as intimidation as a competitor, absolutely not, because I know who I am. Like, I was given my nickname for a reason. Don't take my kindness for weakness, but I'm confident in my skill and all the abilities that I have.
J.R. Ridge doesn't intimidate me. He's my height. He looks like similar to my build, but at the same time, I have gone far and beyond not to go the distance. I keep on telling everybody I'm willing to sacrifice my hands every time I step into the square circle. And J.R. Ridge is being very comfortable, being very safe, and I don't care about that. I want to sit there and deliver much punishment in the short amount of time that I get to be in there. So every time I'm there, they need to get hit with 1,000 missiles that's being shot out like an Uzi.
He's very, very dedicated. He wants his strap. He's been fighting for it. He's been waiting for it. He will shine. I'm telling you, this time, do not blink because fireworks are gonna happen.
J.R. Ridge, you gonna go sleep? Just like all these people.
John and I were destined to fight. We were destined to meet in the squared circle. I knew that I was gonna fight. You know, so since day one, like, I was preparing for John. He made a statement when he first came in, but you know what? I've been here since the 125 started. Like, he's had his day in the sun, and now it's my time to shine.
To the body goes Ridge. Wilson circles out.
And Wilson's picking a terrible time to take a break right now. Oh, he's tired. If it hurt, if the body hurt, what's going on?
Final seconds. Chauncy Wilson is almost done fighting. Bishop taking a really close look. Final seconds of this fight.
I don't I get acclimated to JR Ridge's speed and experience because of the fact that I know I'm the fastest thing alive, and he has to be able to deal with the barrage of punches that I'm going to unleash on this dude. I feel so bad for him because I'm sacrificing my hands to break every bone in his face.
John Dodson, you've steamrolled all your opponents in BKFC. Ever since you came into BKFC, you said that the flyweight division's already yours. I'm ranked number 1, my man. You're number 2. There's a reason for that. You've never had an opponent quite as ferocious as yourself. Guess what? I'm coming to eat August 11th. Just wait. Nobody has fought you like I'm gonna fight you. I hope you're prepared.
On August 11th in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Tingley Coliseum, 2 flyweights toe the line to see who will make history. John Dodson and JR Ridge put it all on the line for a chance at BKFC gold.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 48, live Friday, August 11th. In the main event, the undefeated knockout artist, John the Magician Dodson, throws down with a warrior on the winning track, JR the Lion Ridge. Also witness a bare knuckle grudge match when popular social media influencer turned fighter, Bryce Hall, knuckles up with the undefeated cutman, G. Perez. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Flyweight Championship is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. We are back in one of the best fight cities in the country, Albuquerque, New Mexico. BKFC in the 505 never disappoints. Let's talk fights. We start with our preview. 3 scraps that get you ready for tonight's main card on the BKFC app. But here's the kicker. Even the main card is free $99 tonight. Then later tonight, the matchup that has both the combat sports world and the social media world buzzing. TikTok YouTube superstar Bryce Hall makes history, the first of his kind to toe the line, ditch the gloves, and throw down with the fighting cut man G. Perez. Then in our penultimate bout, it's a bantamweight barn burner as former Marine Keith Richardson looks to make it 3 in a row against 1-0 New Mexico fighter Darrick Perez. In the main event, since his debut at Knucklemania 3, John Dodson has made short work of his opponents. But now the inaugural Flyweight Championship is on the line, and J.R. Ridge is looking to crash the Magician's show tonight. And here we are once again in the Tingley Coliseum in the Duke City, Albuquerque, New Mexico. And folks, we have made a ton of memories in this city just earlier this year for Knucklemania 3. Well, folks, it's about to go off again. You're locked in right now on your favorite social media platform watching the preview. 3 big fights to give you that taste. But guess what? You're going to get the entire show 100% for free tonight. That means the Flyweight Championship for free. That means Bryce Hall making his debut for free on the BKFC app. And if you get subscribed, you don't have to tonight, but if you do, you're going to get a full archive of all of our events, over 50 BKFC events, and you're going to get all the live events going forward. It's the best deal in all of combat sports. What an incredible night it's going to be, folks. But let's check in with our commentary team. That is ringside. Sean, listen, they love their fighters here in Albuquerque. They support them like no other, but there's just something about these Dodson brothers. You're going to get both of them on this card. And, of course, John Dodson main eventing for the Flyweight Championship. It's a special night.
Cyrus, Albuquerque is truly one of the great fight cities in the world. The fighters, the gyms, the fans. 2 of the most popular fighters, the aforementioned Dodson brothers. We will first see younger brother Eric Dodson at 145 pounds versus Roberto Armas. And in our main event tonight, it's the older brother, John Dodson, versus J.R. Ridge. The winner becomes the first ever BKFC men's 125-pound world champion.
And then, Chris, when you take a look at it, Bryce Hall making his debut, there's been a lot of talk about this young man debuting, what's going to happen. But finally, the time has come. He has to walk the walk. He has to get inside of that ring, and he has to throw down. What do you expect?
I think a lot of people expect him to have trouble with this. A lot of pressure being put on right now. However, this guy was a high school wrestler. He is a social media superstar, so this guy's used to dealing with pressure right here. It's going to be a little bit different right here because he's got a guy in G. Perez coming in to punch him in the face as hard as he can. So we're going to see, is that pressure going to be able to deal with it, or is he going to fold under the pressure? We're going to find out.
Chris, let's talk about the odds real quick. When you take a look at these odds for the fights tonight, what's jumping off the page for you?
Well, as usual, there's always a lot of money to be made right here. The thing that jumps out the page at me right now, Marc Entenberg right there, minus 200. This guy's got a lot of experience. Thai fighter, very good, very tough, very big, very strong. I love that bet.
Well, if you want to get hooked up and you want to put some money down, DraftKings has your hookup $50 bonus bet for a deposit of $5 or more for new customers. Scan the QR code, promo code BKFC48. And let's take a look at your rules. Brought to you by MIP 45. All fights scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. The fights are scored by 3 judges on a 10-point must system. Hand rounds must be at least 1 inch below the bare knuckles. Punching in the clinch is allowed. No 3 knockdown rule. No being saved by the bell in any round. No kicks, no knees, no elbows, takedowns, or submissions. And with that being said, folks, it's about to go down. They're about to make the walk. It is time for BKFC action here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And with that being said, it's that time. Let's take a look at your very first Crescent Tools Tale of the Tape.
We open tonight with a bout in the flyweight division. Austin Lewis versus Justyn Martinez.
And Sean, there's a lot of things that jump out here at you. You have a 3-inch height advantage, but it's more of the 8-inch reach advantage for Lewis that jumps out at you. other thing you have to take account of is the fact that Justyn Martinez was almost 3 pounds overweight. Not sure if it wasn't that he just trained hard enough or just a tough weight cut, but we'll find out if he's in shape tonight.
Justyn Martinez set for bout number 3 in BKFC. He's also had 5 AMI MMA bouts. In our fighter meeting, Martinez told us he has put a big focus on his footwork. He said, I want to use smart exits. I want to work from the inside, but then always get myself back out of danger with intelligence. And from the outside, I want to keep circling.
That was the thing, Sean. He wanted to use that explosive in and out motion right there. Doesn't want to get caught coming in, but the main thing, doesn't want to be greedy. Stay on the inside and continue to throw punches. That makes it a 50-50 fight. He feels like he has the advantage. He doesn't want to make it a 50-50 fight.
Martinez said, I believe that my opponent, Austin Lewis, will come straight forward with heavy aggression. I expect this to be a very rugged fight. Martinez told us, I have big belief on my inside game. I think I can hit the half-tie plum, I can hit the underhooks and land big shots in the clinch.
Feels like one of his keys is throwing straight punches, and when he does that, he feels like he can't get the finish in the second or the third round.
Austin Lewis set for his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. He's had 1 pro boxing bout. As an AMI Combat Sports athlete, Austin Lewis, very experienced. 11 amateur MMA fights, 9 in amateur boxing, 4 in amateur Muay Thai. Lewis told us in our fighter meeting he wants to come forward, but do so on angles. Lewis said, come forward from range. Lewis said, I know I'm the taller, longer fighter. Constant 1-2s, a hard jab, staying from the outside.
Definitely stay long, but throw in combinations. Not one punch at a time, throw in combinations. He feels like he has more experience, therefore a higher fight IQ. He needs to use that and be more technical.
Lewis said on the inside, I want to use smart hand fighting in the clinch. Not just hit the overhooks, the underhooks, the half-tie plum, but legitimate hand fighting to open up my punches. Lewis also said, I want to throw smart, calculated punches. Lewis told us he's been watching BKFC. He feels that he cannot throw wasteful shots.
And that's right from the beginning. He said he's going to utilize that jab. You're going to see it immediately, often, all the time. That jab is going to be in his opponent's face.
To get our evening started, we send it into the ring with Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the Tingley Coliseum here in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico. And welcome to BKFC 48. BKFC for review begins tonight with 5 2-minute rounds in the flyweight division, presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 127.8 pounds. He steps into the squared circle tonight, ready for bare knuckle fight number 3. Fighting out of Wichita, Kansas, here is Justyn Martinez. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears tie-dye. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 125.2 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut, fighting out of Moriarty, New Mexico. Here is Austin, the Animal Lewis. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Justyn Martinez told us, when I come to the inside, I want to explode with high volume and power shots. When I'm on the outside, I want to reset intelligently. Adjustment to the hand wraps. Justyn Martinez by Pat McPherson, the cut man. If you're new to bare knuckle fighting championship, this is not bare fisted, this is bare knuckle. The wraps must be at least 1 inch below the knuckles.
All right, gentlemen, it's total line.
Well done from Pat McPherson. Justyn Martinez ready up the scratch. Round number 1. Multicolored trunks for Austin Lewis. Black trunks for Justyn Martinez. Immediately into the clinch.
Step back. Knuckle
the
up.
exit. Lewis now coming forward from the center circle off the jab. To the body goes Justyn Martinez. Big shots with the left hand.
Good job of Lewis right there to tie that up right there. He's getting punched a lot. Doesn't want to give his opponent any space, so he's staying inside when he has to. Must be all the way outside. If inside time, pulling it up.
There's that reset Justyn Martinez talked to us about. Outside reset to the inside. Underhook snatched by Austin Lewis. Short right hands. Smear of blood on the face of Austin Lewis. Right back to it from referee Andrew Glenn. Tall stance. The two just misses. Then the hook misses from Martinez. 10 remaining, round number 1. Good jab just off the mark from Lewis. You see Lewis cut outside of his left eye. Martinez staying patient on the outside. Misses with that lead left hook. 5 seconds remaining, round number 1. To the inside, to the body goes Lewis. Lewis to the body, overhand right to the left hand from Martinez. Tail from Justyn Martinez resetting. The fighters having their moments, Chris, here in round number 1.
And Martinez does his best work when he explodes in just like that. It makes it better for him, but you can see right now Lewis is really starting to find his range. Staying long, but then getting right back out. That's a great job, a great adjustment already made by Lewis.
Lewis trying to find the body, to the head there. Overhand right, pulled back by Martinez on the reset. Closing seconds, round number 1. Our opening bout of 12 tonight, BKFC 48. Sold out at Tinley Coliseum in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Austin Lewis versus Justyn Martinez. Punch combination to the inside. Big left hand. We'll see how that is ruled by Andrew Glenn.
Oh, looks like they're saying that was after the bell. I'm not sure.
Lewis just spat out his mouthpiece. No indication yet from Andrew Glenn. We'll definitely see this on the replay. Struggling in his corner is Austin Lewis. Lewis struggling again. We're in the 60-second break.
It was clearly after the bell, but it wasn't like he might have been throwing it right as it started. It didn't look like it was anything intentional, Sean.
The rule is it's not when the strike lands, it's when the action of the strike begins. If the action of the strike begins before the bell, even if it lands after the bell, it's a legal shot. If the action starts after the bell, then it is an illegal shot. Watch again for the action of the left hand from Martinez. Listen for the bell.
That was so close to call, Sean, and you can tell he intended to throw it right before that, but was it actually thrown? That's very tough.
Consultation now. Referee Andrew Glenn, he's talking to the outside referee Marc Smith, the other outside referee Kerry Hatley, both of whom will be refereeing later this evening. Still no indication from Andrew Glenn. Dr. Don Musi, Chief Medical Officer, now in the ring for BKFC. Justin Lewis back to his feet. And this fight is over. Yeah, this is either going to be a no contest or a knockout win for Justyn Martinez.
That's what I'm wondering, Sean, how they're going to call that, because the way they were talking earlier, it was after the bell. Sometimes I'm just hoping they don't give a disqualification, because that would not be merited, in my opinion.
Chris, we know Andrew Glenn very well. He's a great bare knuckle referee. He's a great MMA referee. He's looking for the intent of an illegal action, a foul. There's no intent there. We're talking milliseconds whether that was legal or illegal. So I think that's off the table again. I think this is either going to be a knockout win for Justyn Martinez or a no contest.
And I was very disappointed with that, because Justyn Martinez started that round very good, and then Lewis really picked up on it. As that round was going on, he was really starting to figure out his range, his distance, his timing. He was throwing that jab and getting right back out in the right range. So that was turning into be a very good fight.
Still consultation. Jeff Houston is in the ring.
One more look at this right here. Beautiful punch right there. And that's bare knuckle for you, Sean. If you don't keep your hands up at all times, you might get knocked out.
We'll see the replay again. Watch the left hand of Martinez and listen for the bell. It's the action of when the punch begins, not when the punch lands.
And look at just how Austin Lewis drops that right hand. see how Lewis dropped that right hand right before that punch was thrown. You have to keep your hands up at all time in this sport. You never know when that punch is coming, just like that. Right at the buzzer, but very close.
There is still consultation. Referee Andrew Glenn at the New Mexico Commission table.
Beautiful shot.
We're talking milliseconds.
Yeah, and like you said, that punch was already thought about being thrown before the bell went off, so very difficult, very close. He started throwing, but wasn't in time. You never really know.
To end all suspense, here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after an unintentional strike at the closing bell of round number 1, our judges at ringside have ruled this fight no contest.
There you go, Shah. The no contest called. We knew he was either going to be one or two things. They went with the no contest. I had no problem with that because that was very close.
Disappointment for Justyn Martinez. He thought that he had won this fight via knockout. You see Dave Rickles in the corner of Justyn Martinez. Rickles now consulting with Andrew Glenn.
Well, the bad thing about that, Sean, is even if let's say there was 10 more seconds, that knockout was coming anyway. It wasn't like the bell made a difference. It wasn't like he put his hands down because the bell went off. That would have been a difference. So that knockout was coming. It really didn't make a difference, but it's unfortunate.
It was a very entertaining 1 round. Both Austin Lewis and Justyn Martinez having their moments, but ruled officially as an illegal punch. No foul, unintentional, milliseconds too later. That would have been a knockout win for Justyn Martinez. Instead, in our opening bout of the evening, Austin Lewis versus Justyn Martinez ends in a no contest.
And there will no champ unless I say so.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC48 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of items to choose from with sizes and styles for everyone. You can place your order now at bareknuckleshop.com. And again, a reminder, you can use promo code BKFC48 to get 20% off at bareknuckleshop.com.
Well, the BKFC is back in the Duke City with a bang. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink, Crescent Tools, and Lions Not Sheep Apparel. And now let's take a look at the OnlyFans exclusive look as Bryce Hall enters the Tingley Coliseum, ready for his feature fight against G. Perez. But now, let's go to your Crescent Tools. Tell the tape.
Bantamweights for you now. Anthony Sanchez versus G. Perez.
Showing everything fairly similar. Right here, you can see Sanchez does have a slight height advantage, but the main thing there, a 3-inch reach advantage. G. Perez has to get inside to land those punches, so Sanchez has to keep him at bay with hard shots and not let him get inside.
Gene Perez set for bout number 2 in BKFC. He's had 16 pro MMA bouts, 22 in pro boxing, and 1 in bare knuckle MMA. Gene Perez's younger brother, Darrick Perez, who you will see in our co-main event versus Keith Richardson. defeated Jean Perez's opponent in this bout, Anthony Sanchez, this past February at Knuckle Mania 3 here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, by way of unanimous decision. In our fighter meeting, we asked Jean Perez, what advice did your brother Darrick Perez give you in facing Anthony Sanchez? He said, my younger brother Darrick said, my opponent will probably get frustrated and swing wildly when he can't land clean shots. So he told me, be ready for heavy pressure, but I have to move off of that pressure.
Well, the main thing was he felt like he trained much better this time. Took it seriously, really dedicated himself to it. Feels like he can be more technical this time. So we talked about dealing with that pressure, getting out of the way, avoiding, and doing exactly what we talked about is the key. Hit and don't get hit.
Jean Perez said, I think I can slow down my opponent, Anthony Sanchez, with my power shots. I feel I have huge power for a bantamweight. Controlling the pace of this fight, Perez told us, is my key to victory.
And it's about two things for him, placement and accuracy right there, making sure the pace and punches land exactly where he wants to, exactly at the right time.
Bout number 2 now in BKFC for Anthony Sanchez. Overall, this is his 3rd fight in the sport of bare knuckle. He's had 2 in pro boxing, 2 in pro MMA. Sanchez told us, I want to stay relaxed and rely on my skill set. Most importantly, Anthony Sanchez said to us, Chris, in our fighter meeting, I need to pick smart punches.
Absolutely. He said last time he was too emotional. It was more of a grudge match. Doesn't want that to be the case this time. Wants to come in slower, more time fight, make sure he's cooking good shots the entire time.
Sanchez said, I want a very methodical start to this fight. I think Jean Perez is going to come out very hard. If he does, I'm going to step outside, slow things down, then slowly turn up the pressure.
And I love, he did his homework. He was watching. He talked about his opponent's overhand right he has to watch out for, but knows going to southpaw versus a right-handed fighter, he can step outside that lead foot and throw that straight right down the pipe. That's his money punch.
Sanchez said, straight punches, establish my right hand, slow start, and then settle into a hard pace. Sanchez also, Chris, said something very interesting. He said, if given the choice between Perez running and coming after me, I'd rather have him come after me. I really don't want to chase.
Because he feels like he has good cardio and he can keep a good pace this time, and he feels like he can use that right hand to get the KO tonight, Sean.
Back we go to Jeff Justyn.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the bantamweight division, presented to you by Crescent Tools. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears white trimmed in green and red. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. His official weight, an even 136 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle for the 2nd time. Fighting out of Belen, New Mexico, here is Jean the Kid Perez. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears khaki trimmed in maroon. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 135.8 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Midland, Texas, here is Anthony Leonidas Sanchez. And our referee in charge of the action, Kerry Hatley.
There's so many fighters, Chris. Talk to us about landing combinations. Jean Perez said the opposite. He said, I'm focused on landing 1 punch at a time, but I want it to be clean, accurate punches.
Our gentleman,
fighters up to scratch.
Knuckle up.
Call of knuckle up from the excellent referee, Kerry Hatley, round number 1. Blue trunks for Anthony Sanchez, white trunks for Jean Perez. Fast start for both fighters. Big right hand from Sanchez. On the counter. Perez took that well, coming forward. The southpaw stance. And just misses from Sanchez. Big swings, wide swings from Jean Perez. On the counter and ruled a slip immediately by Kerry Hatley.
Let's go, knuckle up.
You can see the contrasting styles right now. Perez is going to come and throw bomb.
There's the left hook getting through from Sanchez. That backed up Jean Perez. Now the right hand into the clinch. Short shots from both fighters. 1:15 remaining round number 1. I'm convinced Jean Perez is incapable of a boring fight. Same for Anthony Sanchez.
A very good hard body shot right there for Sanchez.
2 high-octane fighters. Off the jab from the southpaw stance. Jean Perez on the counter, short right hand lands from Sanchez. Sanchez to the inside, big shots, counter right hand from Jean Perez. Sanchez with the right hand. And time called by Kerry Hadley, and you see the huge gash on the forehead of Jean Perez.
It's an odd spot, Sean, right on the side of the head. Whether you usually try not to hit in that spot because you can hurt your hand, but it's a lot of damage.
We rarely see scalp cuts, Chris, in BKFC because of the targets of the fighters. No worries from our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Don Muzi.
What I'm talking about
a shot like that, Sean, the blood's not going to run into your eye, and it's usually not going to be in a dangerous spot where it can do any permanent damage.
All right, we're good. All right, here we go.
A lot of people think it's not bleeding. It's not where the bleeding, it's where the blood goes. If it gets in your eye, it's in the bad spot where the damage is.
And where the cut is. Such as in the eyelid, things that affect the optic nerve. That's a scalp cut. In the world of fighting, that's really no big deal. No big deal for Jean Perez. Big shot and a counter left hand from Sanchez. It's a fun round number one. We thought this would be a fun fight. It is thus far. Left hand from Jean Perez. Another left and right.
Well, these guys are just eating a lot of shots.
Now 20 seconds remaining, round number one. Sanchez circling to his left from the outside. The ortho stance against the southpaw stance of Jean Perez. You see the hand fighting. Closing seconds, round number one. Sanchez looking to come in, back to the inside from the top bomb, uppercut. That is the end of an excellent opening round.
And so you can really tell Sanchez did his homework. He did his study. He learned a lot from that first fight that he had. He was able to slow that pace down a little bit, not go hard the entire time, and pick better shots there.
You're circling through his power hand. Stay away from his power. Stay to the right. If you're
you gotta work,
right.
okay? Stay on, if you're gonna stay on the inside, you gotta grab and start clinching, okay? Remember that distance we talked about? Remember the distance we talked about? Get that. Here, watch out. Here, let me get in there. Hold this.
Get him. Hey, move him. Stay away from the power side, okay?
There was some of those hard shots. You see on the one right there that caused that. Cut to the top of the head, and another right hand that knocked the mouthpiece out. Some really good advice from the Perez camp saying, do not circle into your opponent's power. You cannot circle that right side.
In that replay, you can see clearly Jean Perez had his mouthpiece punched out into row number one. And shades of Taylor Tooley's teeth in UFC. Check on my historical UFC reference. To round number two we go. Just have to work in the pride reference sometime in the next 4 hours.
Oh, it's coming.
Fighters working off the jab as we start round number two. Double jab to the inside. Good pressure and a counter right hand from Jean Perez.
Beautiful counters right there.
Perez doing well on those counters as Sanchez comes close. Sanchez on the inside. Left hand, both fighters swings and misses. Then the right hand lands from Anthony Sanchez. Is now trying to cut off the ring. Spinning in Sanchez. And the level change. Right hand from Perez. That gets the separation. 15 remaining, round number two. Right hand duck under, right to the chest. Slightly more muted here in round number two than round number one. How could it not be?
You can't keep that pace up for that long, Sean.
Good pace in this fight for these 135ers.
You can see the numbers right there. Sanchez at a higher pace. More strikes later as well.
Tie pump of Sanchez, let it go. He's coming forward again. 40 seconds remaining, round number two. So the cut now on the forehead of Anthony Sanchez.
I feel like Sanchez is doing a good job of controlling the range. He's punching when he wants to. He gets in when he gets out without getting hurt.
Long on the jab to the inside. Good high-tight striking guard of Jean Perez. Defended those strikes well.
Yeah, Perez is just waiting for the right time to counter.
Long jab again from Sanchez. Perez to the inside. Lands the right hand. Lands another right hand. There's Jean Perez in the left hand.
And that's when Perez does his best. When he gets off first, when he starts throwing punches, he's much better than waiting to counter.
Blood is flowing freely out of the scalp cut. Left side of Jean Perez's head. Perez comes forward. Final seconds, round number two. The bell. Next stop, round three.
And these guys are going at it. They're landing a lot of hard shots.
Free, brother. Free.
Relax, relax, relax. How you feel? Over. Hey, you need more jabs, right? You're walking into punches. You hear me? You're walking in with your hands down. Keep your hands up, stay tight.
His eye went down.
Hey, a lot of head movement. You hear me? It's easy, you're making it harder than what it is, dog. Keep your distance, man. Here you go.
He's good because he keeps hitting you in the top of the head with it. Circle and catch him with that straight left.
Yep, left. Remember that 1, 2, 3. Duck under his shit, and you'll get him all day. Okay? Okay, a little bit of water.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
Gee.
Hey, he's doing this number, look. Stepping and then throwing that right. Wait for him to step to the outside and kick it.
I got it. I got it.
Sanchez camp, I love what they were saying.
Three.
You have to use
Round
more
three.
head
Back up
movement.
a little
People
bit,
talk
man.
about
Back
head
up on
movement.
here.
You get in the
Let's
mix,
let
you
him
get
get
tired.
out.
It kind of
Round
goes
three,
away. You got to remember that.
See the activity up to scratch for Gene Perez.
Perez, he just needs to come on right now.
Perez shadow boxing before round 3 begins. Fully underway.
Sometimes people know it's on a slow start. It takes you a while to get going. Let's see if that is Gene Perez. Pick it up as the fight goes on.
That jab. Side right hand, the duck under. Half-time plug now stacked by Gene Perez. Right hand on the exit. Right hand on the entry for Anthony Sanchez. Sanchez then the left hand, counter left hand from Gene Perez. Right hand to the inside from Sanchez. Left hand again from Perez. Right uppercut from Gene Perez.
Boy, great action right there.
Sanchez resetting from range. Before in the center circle, Gene Perez.
Sorry about that. You can see the head strikes landed right there. Much higher landing percentage for Sanchez and more strikes landed.
Hand off the ropes for Sanchez, landed clean. Perez has walked through some big shots thus far in this fight.
I am really impressed with Perez's chin. He's taking a lot of hard shots, and he's not even flinching right now. He just keeps coming forward.
Switch of stances into orthodox. That was slick from Perez. Right back to southpaw. Just keeping his back against the ropes, takes that left hand clean. He acknowledged the such. 35 seconds remaining, round number 3.
Sanchez talked about stepping outside that lead foot and throwing a straight right. He hasn't done that in a while.
Just long up for jab, just a rangefinder jab. Perez trying to mirror the hits of Anthony Sanchez. Now 15 seconds remaining, round 3. Deeper swelling under Perez's left eye. He does not seem concerned in the least. Still flicking that jab, the bell to round 4 we go.
And I thought that was a very good round right there for Perez. It looks like he's really starting to pick up his pace and come forward. Sanchez looking a little slower, so let's see if he just took that round off, if he can come back strong in his fourth, because the momentum could be swaying right now.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Ready?
Hey, that's straight down the pipe.
Hey, 1, 2 down that middle. Did you see how you're catching his ass? 1, 2, 3, baby. You're all day long. It's open. Okay? He's backing up. Keep his ass on the rope. If he wants to back up, keep him there, okay? Let's go. Every time he wants to clinch, you got the better of him on the clinch, okay?
Some water, it's water.
Get some water, baby. Excuse me, sir.
I love the corner work right there, what you're saying. You want to push your opponent back against ropes. That's exactly what Perez should be doing. He wants Sanchez is back against the ropes at all times. Then you control the range, you control the distance, you decide when and where the fight happens.
Round number 4, man. Round number 4.
And just look at the body language difference right now between Perez and Sanchez.
Just as he did, up to scratch to start round number 3. Gene Perez very active on the scratch line as we start round number 4. Little pressure from Gene Perez. Just circling out. Back to what Gene Perez told us in our fight. We have to slow down Anthony Sanchez with my power. Right hand to the body. Fully land from Sanchez. Looking to come forward. Lands that entry left hand. That was effective from Gene Perez. Right hand lands from Perez. Just backing out once more. 80 seconds remaining, round 4. Hard right jab from Gene Perez. Right to the body from Sanchez. That was clever. Lifted away by Sanchez from the orthodox stance, his lead left hand.
Sanchez kept talking about this punching is open, is that stepping outside the loop. There it was right there. If he can keep doing that, step outside the loop for the straight right.
Straight right from the step out to the step in, Chris. And that's been a really effective punch for Anthony Sanchez thus far in this fight.
And you can go upstairs or you can do it with the body. They both work.
The right hand again, counter right hand. Short and sharp from Perez, then the right, then the left from Sanchez. 5 seconds remaining, round number 4. Talk about BKFC's bantamweight division being stacked. There was a good showcase of two very talented 35ers. Moreno Jr., of course, watching at home in Virginia, sits atop. BKFC 135-pound world champion.
I like that straight left that Sanchez is doing. Sometimes I like to see him turn that into an uppercut right there. The way Perez is blocking it, remained at the body there, the hand very well.
Jab not getting through from Sanchez. Shake of the head no from Jean Perez, and to the 5th final round we go.
Sean, usually when you shake your head no, that really means the opposite. It means yes, you landed a good shot.
This is the last round, right? Hey, last round, baby. Okay? Yeah. Sit down, Wayne. Hey, how bad do you want this shit? Huh?
Okay, last round, brother, last round.
How bad do you want it? Hey, I want more jabs, more combinations, moving angles. Don't just stand in front of them. Bop, 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 then you're moving. Keep moving in front. Don't just stand in front of them. More feints, man. Take a deep breath. There you go. There you go. Let's go. This is the last round, baby. Hey, stay working. Let's go. Hey, last round, baby. Hey. Hey.
And Shah, unfortunately, no open scoring right now. I don't know, but I can very well see this fight being tied to 2 rounds apiece. So this right here can settle everything.
Sporting touch of hands. Both fighters certainly, Chris, have to treat this 5th and final round as must win. Hard fought, well fought through the opening 4 rounds. Anthony Sanchez versus Jean Perez. To round 5 we go.
So you can just see right now, look at Sanchez's momentum right there compared to Perez. Perez is bouncing around a little bit more.
Flick of the jab now to the body. Goes Sanchez left hand. Perez landed that clean, couldn't land the right to follow. Definitely backed off Sanchez. Sanchez on his back foot. Sanchez sitting on that right hand. Just like that on cue. Landed in the sternum out to the inside. Big shots, there's the counter right, then the left hand. Tie pump snatched by Sanchez, could not hold it. 1:25 remaining, 5th and final round. Forward comes Jean Perez.
And look at these punches. A lot of punches being thrown by both guys, and a lot of lands, great percentages.
From Sanchez to the body, not fully there. Just misses that jab, misses the second jab to the head. Just a diversionary double jab from Jean Perez. Right to the body on the step in. Perez just missing the hook. Clever again. Sanchez, Chris, continues to land that 2 from range.
He's doing a great job of managing his energy this fight, this round right here especially.
Chest of both fighters. There's that 2 again from range. To the inside, then the exit from Sanchez.
Sanchez said if he could find the right time to step outside, throw that straight punch, that was his key. He's doing a good job of doing it this round.
Stretch drive now of this bantamweight fight. Perez coming forward off the jab. Sanchez again trying to time the entry right hand from range. Sanchez has done his best work in this fight, exploding in. Perez, ironically, has done his best work after Sanchez has exploded in on those counters.
Very good challenge. I do like it when he steps forward there himself.
10-second clack acknowledged by referee Kerry Hadley. Both fighters looking for one more significant strike. There it was from Sanchez. The battle and the end of the fight.
And Sean, it might have been that last little punch right there that could have done the whole thing for Sanchez. That could have won him the round. That was a very close round, very close fight. I was impressed right there with Sanchez's ability to, like I said, dictate the pace that round. He exploded it when he had to. He controlled the range, he controlled the momentum a little bit better that round than he had the 2 before that.
Our 3 judges scoring ringside on the 10-point must system, signed by the outstanding New Mexico Athletic Commission. Their scorecards being tallied now. Tonight's strike stats are presented by Buck Duck Energy Drink.
And look at this, a lot of punches we have thrown, 210 for Sanchez, 178. I mean, both these guys do a lot of punches. Better percentage for Sanchez, but sometimes too, who was landing the harder shots, the cleaner shots. Head strikes right there. I mean, 186, 166. I mean, a lot of head strikes. That was a very entertaining fight. These guys both have some very good chins. They took a lot of hard shots. It really didn't seem to get that wild of effort. They just kept walking through.
Knuckle Mania 3 this past February. Perez's younger brother, Darrick Perez, with the full 5 rounds versus Anthony Sanchez. That night in February here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, it was Darrick Perez winning unanimous decision. Perez now awaits the official decision, as does Anthony Sanchez, playing to this Albuquerque crowd. Both fighters seemingly, Chris, and I don't just think it's posturing for the crowd in their corners, feeling very good about their respective performance.
Sean, they both had a very good performance, but the thing is, I wouldn't be confident on who won. This is a very close fight. You never know what the judges are going to say, what they were looking for exactly.
Hey, well, Chris, we have a slight delay, and you and I know what that means.
Well, Sean, no matter what, I think it's going to be 3 rounds to 2. I don't know which way it's going to go, but you could definitely have a split decision. You never know.
Often, not always, but often, a delay means something other than a unanimous decision. We shall see. Jeff Justyn is entering the ring. Hard fought, well fought by both fighters, Anthony Sanchez, Gene Perez. Here's Jeff Justyn.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these 2 warriors. After a hard-fought 5 rounds, here are the scores from our judges at ringside. Our scores are 48-47 in favor of Perez, 48-47 in favor of Sanchez, and 49-46 to the winner by split decision, Anthony Leonidas Sanchez.
Great victory for Sanchez right there. He really stepped it up in that last round to get the victory, in my opinion.
Split decision. The dissenting judge seeing it 3 rounds to 2 for Gene Perez. The other 2 New Mexico judges having it for Anthony Sanchez. Again, both fighters doing very well. You saw that right hand that knocked out the mouthpiece of Gene Perez, who was not bothered in the least. Elation and victory. The winner by way of split decision, Anthony Sanchez defeats Gene Perez.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC48 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of items to choose from with sizes and styles for everyone. You can place your order now at bareknuckleshop.com. And again, a reminder, you can use promo code BKFC48 to get 20% off at bareknuckleshop.com.
Guardian one, Go Slaveski.
100% going to be blood. You know, it's just going to be a war.
Down goes Connor Tierney. 10 seconds remaining. There's the stoppage. And there is the win for Goyo Slaveski.
You know I'm coming for that title.
The head movement, big right hand. This fight is over. Waves it off. Crescent Tools brings you the numbers for this bout in the Cruiserweight division. Richard Montano versus Kyle McElroy.
And you can see here there is a height advantage for McElroy, but the main thing here is the significant 4-inch reach advantage. He's going to want to stay long, stay outside. He's going to make Moreno come in. Each time he does, he's going to make sure he lands hard shots to make him pay.
Kyle McElroy set for bout number 4 in BKFC, and he has completely remade his physique. When McElroy made his bare knuckle fighting championship debut in July 2021, he fought Chris Jensen at heavyweight. McElroy weighed 242 pounds. Now as a cruiserweight, McElroy, you will see visual confirmation when he removes his Lions Not Sheep t-shirt, is a svelte 204.8. Kyle McElroy said, I feel that I actually hit harder now at this weight than I ever did at heavyweight because of my muscularity, because of my strength. I can now put a whip and a snap in those punches that I never could when I weighed in the 240s.
Well, not only that, he's faster. He feels like he has better cardio. He doesn't worry about that at all. He's a gym rat, Sean. He's always in there doing CrossFit. He's in the gym all the time. Feels like that gives him a big advantage right there. All he had to do on his boxing was work to tighten up everything.
Kyle McElroy, here in his home city, Albuquerque, told us in our fighter meeting he runs 6 miles 6 times per week.
Crazy, that's so much road work right there. But he feels in this fight, doesn't want to get close, wants to use that range, doesn't want to be passive out there, wants to stay long and do damage from the outside.
Big ovation for Richard Montano for this, his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Montano, a veteran of 22 pro MMA bouts, including a fight versus Cub Swanson in August 2006. Montano has also had 1 pro boxing bout. Montano told us in our fighter meeting, I want to assess Kyle McElroy early. I want to get a read on him, see what he wants to do after 30 seconds, then start to build my strategy.
And Sean, a lot of people talk about wanting to be out there and measure and make sure they don't get hit. Not this guy. He wants to come out there and he wants to have a slugfest. That's one thing he loves about bare knuckle. He feels like it's just as real as it gets, and he wants to come out there and put on a fight for the people.
Montano told us, I believe McElroy will want to stay long and stay behind the jab. Montano said, I feel I will do my best work on the inside, but I have to work to the inside smartly, and when there, I have to land power shots.
Definitely wants to get into the pocket, and that's where he wants to do his damage. Feeling like distance is going to be what this fight's all about. He's got to get inside and land hard shots.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division. Presented to you by Mitt 45. Introducing to you first. Fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears green trimmed in gold and red. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 204.8 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle ready for bare knuckle fight number 4. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here is Kyle, the Irishman, McElroy. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black, blue, and white. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 198.4 pounds. He holds a combined combat sports record of 23 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Socorro, New Mexico, here is Richard the Rattlesnake Montano. And our referee in charge of the action, Marc Smith.
Marc Smith, one of the best MMA referees in the world, the #1 MMA referee for the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Now, happy to say, making his bare knuckle fighting championship debut in this bout. Smith calling both fighters up to scratch. They stand 3 feet apart. Round #1, black trunks for Richard Montano. Gold trunks for Kyle McElroy. Hard jab from McElroy. Overhand right on the entry from Montano. Montano to the inside. Big shots. There's the right hand. Fast start from Montano. Reset from McElroy. Montano on the overhand. Right back to the inside. Left hand. Counter left hand from McElroy.
Montano's got to be careful right now. He's throwing a lot of wild punches. Those are so tiring.
Time called by Marc Smith. Montano claiming he was poked in the eye.
You see it? And I can see right there, McElroy was putting his hands out a lot. I didn't see if it actually got in the eye, but I wouldn't be surprised. And Sean, I am just amazed at how few times we do get eye pokes in this sport wearing no gloves, but it seems like it's not very frequent that we have that happen. Very rare.
Exceedingly rare. Such is the case now in this sequence.
I mean, Montano was coming out there throwing bombs, which are great if you land one, but if you don't, you got to be very careful because that's very tiring. So just like if a pitcher comes out and throws all fastballs, you only have so many fastballs. So you
hey, just be careful with the fingers. Accidental in the eye. All right, watch the fingers, both of you.
Montano giving up to 5 minutes to recover. He takes less than a minute. The medical clearance, right back to it. Round #1 resumes.
Right there, that's exactly what Kyle wants to do. Keep throwing those nice long jabs.
This right now is the range that Kyle McElroy wants. Overhand right on the entry for Montano. Again from McElroy. Montano now staying patient after a fast start. That jab just off the mark, but you saw the reaction that drew from Montano.
And that's what I like, some little bit more feints right there from McElroy. Make your opponent guess, not let him be on where those punches are coming from.
Overhand right again on the entry for Montano. He took that well. 50 seconds remaining, round #1. Left hook from McElroy, just off the mark. There's the right hand. 2-3. Now the jab to the body. Clever sequence from Kyle McElroy. Overhand right, overhand left from Montano, exploding into the pocket. Big right hand and ruled a knockdown by referee Marc Smith.
And that's all it takes, Sean. When Montano gets in there, he lands those hard shots. That's what he's trying to do. Get in, explode, land those shots.
Hey, walk to me.
Mandatory 8, given to McElroy by Marc Smith. Right back to it with 20 seconds remaining, round #1. Montano showing his poise. This is his 24th professional combat sports bout. His BKFC debut, and no rush, Chris, from Montano after recording the knockdown.
And I think that's a smart move because McElroy looked like he recovered very well.
The bell, that ends round #1.
And that knockdown was kind of against the flow of that fight, in my opinion. McElroy was doing a good job of staying long, kind of dictating the pace right there. You could always see when Montano was going in throwing those punches, if he landed one, he was going to do damage. Just a matter of when he does land it, and he landed it right at the end of that round there.
As we look at the knockdown, remember, it's anything other than the soles of the fighter's shoes. If it's a legal punch.
Looks like he grabbed the rope there. I wonder if that's why they stopped that shot, because I'm not sure if anything else touched.
And I believe that's exactly what Marc Smith ruled, Chris, that McElroy would have hit the canvas if he had not grabbed the ring ropes. Thus, that's why Smith ruled it a knockdown. So presumably a 10-8 for Richard Montano in round 1. Here's round 2.
So that was a good job of refereeing right there.
From McElroy.
You get the impression that McElroy could do this for a long time. It's just can Montano continue to throw punches like that without getting tired and slow down.
Back to it, orders Marc Smith. See a much higher, tighter striking guard from McElroy. Overhand right on the entry from Montano. It's a very MMA punch, but it's been very effective thus far in this fight. Inside, good counter right hand from McElroy. Right hand, left hand from McElroy.
McElroy sees some blood right now. He better jump all over his opponent, but he's got to be careful when he does it. He can't come in there with his hands down.
See the shuffling, the playfulness now of McElroy. McElroy feeling he's taking control. Big shots covering up his Montano. Huge shots from Montano. Marc Smith taking a really close look. That is it. The come from behind win for Kyle McElroy.
McElroy is emphatic right now. He's still upset. That's just that release of energy. This is his fourth fight, Sean. He's been working so hard. He's been trying to get this victory. It finally happened. That outpour of emotion, sometimes you're going to go back and look and be like, man, I wish I hadn't done that. But, man, he was so excited after getting that win. Landed one good shot, and that was the end right there. It's just a matter of time right there. And the referee did a great job of waiting for the right time. But McElroy just kept throwing punches. He earned that stoppage right there, Sean.
Great timing from referee Marc Smith in his BKFC debut. You see no complaint from Richard Montano and absolute joy from Kyle McElroy. Again, full credit to McElroy. Completely rebuilding, remaking his physique, rebuilding, remaking his life as a professional fighter, and now win number one for Kyle McElroy as bare knuckle fighting champion.
And like I said, John, you always have to like it when somebody's put in that kind of work and it pays off. You hate to see it when they just keep working, keep grinding, never to get that thrill of victory. McElroy got it right now. I mean, you'd really like to see Montano come back and then Montoya.
Kyle McElroy down in round number one. Never touched the canvas, but referee Marc Smith ruled that McElroy would have touched the canvas had he not grabbed the ring ropes. A 10-8 round, presumably, for Montano in round one, then the finish in round two for Kyle McElroy. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Marc Smith, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 55 seconds into round number two. For your winner by TKO, Kyle, the Irishman, McElroy.
Sean, we talk about loving it when someone gets off the canvas to win. McElroy did it, finally came through, persevered, and really proud of this guy for what he's been able to accomplish.
Richard Montano was really game in his BKFC debut. Indeed, recorded the knockdown in round number one, but Kyle McElroy coming back full force, taking over to the body, the flurry, to the finish line, and win number one in BKFC. Kyle McElroy, from heavyweight to cruiserweight, overcoming adversity against Richard Montano, and then McElroy getting his game going in round number two. The flurry, the finish, the win. Victorious by way of second round KO, Kyle McElroy defeats Richard Montano. Daniel Gary set for bout number 3 in bare knuckle fighting championship. Michael Laramore set for his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Big left hand and flat on his back goes Daniel Gary.
And that was a great counter left hand, just a little rock back, lean back, came right with that straight powerful left, laid it perfectly.
And just like that,
for your winner by KO, Michael Papa G. Laramore.
Tim Hester 1-0 in BKFC. Jafar Fort 1-0 in BKFC. Jab counter right. 65 seconds remaining around number one. On the right hook, right back, and that's ruled a knockdown.
Thought that was more of a push, but
see the fan on the level change, overhand left, misses. Hester, that was clever jab hook. Southpaw now.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Guardian, go, Slaveski!
There's 100% going to be blood. You know, it's just going to be a war.
Down goes Connor Tierney. 10 seconds remaining. That is the stoppage. And that is the win for Goyo Slaveski.
You know I'm coming for that title.
The head movement, big right hand. This fight is over. Dodson waves it off. We might be done.